We're back with album review.
Mm-hmm.
So, what have you picked for us this week, Lid?
Utopia. Greetings from Utopia.
Yeah, welcome.
Before the show starts.
This is our second time looking at Travis Scott. We looked at ASTROWORLD. Yeah, we just saw him. Well, you guys saw him live, I think, in between the last episode and this one.
We went to the MetLife show, the One Night in ASTROWORLD thing. That was.
And then we went to Wells
really
Fargo in December last year.
Yeah, we saw him
Utopia.
actually towards the beginning of the tour as well.
I did not see him on either tour.
Very spread out.
Yeah. So how was the show before we get into context?
Which one?
I guess
Crazy.
either
They're
one.
my top two. The best
Crazy.
one was MetLife, though.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very
It
good.
was really good.
Lots of money put into that show.
Oh, I'm sure.
A ton of fireworks at the MetLife one that looks sick.
I saw there was a drop ride
There
there.
was a drop ride there that was running the whole
Fireworks
time.
surrounding the whole outside of the stadium.
There was a lot.
Great.
It was really good.
That's awesome. You
A lot of
I have
people were
nothing
there
bad
too.
to say about it.
Yeah, any context you can give behind the album itself? I know it took a couple of years from, like, Astroworld.
Yeah, so, I mean,
It's a long album.
Yeah.
It's hour 13.
Yeah, it's a longer album, kind of pushing the limits of a CD.
It's 5 years after Astroworld, so pretty long time that he was working on it. I mean, there was stuff he was doing in between, obviously, but...
Yeah. Like, Jack Boys came out in between this.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
To me, this album is like him, like, he felt that he should have won a Grammy with Astroworld, and so did a lot of other people. So I feel like Utopia was him, like, it took a while because he was really in his bag and, like, really put it, like, pouring out into this album because he was mad that he did not win the last one.
And he still didn't win.
Yeah, he still didn't win with this one, and, you know, that sucks.
Shout out to Killer Mike.
No.
But I know that...
He didn't need 3.
Every time he loses, all it's doing is motivating him that much more, and I think it actually is making him better. Like,
good for Killer Mike, but he didn't need 3
he really
Grammys.
cares about this shit.
Yeah, I mean,
that's really
good for him, but,
unnecessary.
like, I'm amazed someone actually gives a shit about the Grammys that much.
No, I don't think that's what it is, though. I don't think it's that he cares that much about a Grammy. I think it's just that he feels he's being disrespected. He's not.
He feels like an underdog still.
Yeah, he still has that underdog mentality, and it really makes the product amazing.
Even if he's like one of the most top streamed rappers at the current moment, like
they don't care about that. They care about. I don't know who
it's
picks
not.
that
It's
shit.
oh
not,
yeah, well the winner,
not
yeah.
common. It's rare that someone gets to the point that he's at and still doesn't feel like they should. They deserve all the attention just because they are who they are.
Yeah.
Like he knows how much work he really puts into what he does, and that's why he feels like he's not getting the attention he deserves.
Yeah. Alright, let's jump into the tracks then.
First song is Hyena.
Oh yes, it has that little song part at the beginning, and it goes right into like an old school booming beat, and like this song's awesome.
This is a great song.
It packs so much energy into it.
Great intro. This is the song that he came out to at the concerts as well, at both of them.
Oh, cool.
So I think he kind of did this, the
Yeah, like
album
that
in
beat's
order
awesome.
at the concerts.
Oh, he did?
Kind of. Like he ended with the songs that are at the end of this album, and he started with the intro.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was very good intro to the album, I think.
Oh yeah, I think it's
Amazing.
a great way to start it off. Just right, coming out with a punch. That's what you want with an album. You want it to start heavy.
The percussion on it sounded very different than, like it was unique, very blown out.
Yeah.
A lot of the percussion on this album is very unique, like very in your face, but
yeah,
there's some really good beats on this album, and this one's really good.
Next one, Thank God.
I like Thank God.
I really like Thank God. Thank God is
bet you
like
do.
a sleep.
Sorry.
No, that's mean. It's like a sleeper on this album for like it could be my favorite song, but there's just too many songs on this album that I like, so I don't think it's quite my favorite. But the lyrics on this song are very, very good. Like really gives you like mindsight, or what am I saying?
Mindsight.
Hindsight?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. It gives you like a point of perspective. You really get his perspective in this song. I think that he was very vulnerable in like a lot of the lyrics.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I like the next one, Modern Jam.
There's a little teaser touchdown in it. This was a really good
We
song
saw him
too.
for like a minute.
Yeah, this one was very polarizing when it came out. Like, a lot of people liked it and a lot didn't.
Okay.
But I feel like over time, the ones that didn't like it ended up liking it anyway. Like, it grew on me a lot.
Yeah, I could see that.
First listen, it was a
I like
little,
it.
like, strange to me.
I don't think
really
I
like this
ever
song.
disliked it, really.
I think I've always liked this one. I listened to the album late compared to everyone else. I listened to it this year instead of last
I
year.
think it was the yelling, like, where he's just shouting
I
certain
kinda liked the
phrases.
yelling.
That
Yeah.
it took me a little
Some
bit
people
to
don't
get
like yelling
into
stuff,
that.
so...
Not even because he was yelling, just because it was, like, I don't know. It took me a little bit to like this part.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I love this stuff. It reminds me of, like, funk. Like, it's really cool. It's like a funkadelic kind of vibe. It's really good.
Yeah. Next track.
Your song last night, My Eyes.
The next track is My Eyes.
I really like this one. It's one of the
It's
big
good.
hits.
Very
This, I think, is
mellow.
my favorite track on the album.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's my favorite, but
I
it's
think
really
it's very
nice,
much
mellow
definitely my
vibe.
favorite.
I like
It's
it.
one of my personal favorites, but I don't know if it's my favorite.
This is a really good song. It starts out with no percussion at all and just like a sad sounding synth kind of thing. But
There's no lyrics for this one.
the way he sings
interesting.
on it is very good. Yeah, I don't know why.
That's
There's no
weird.
lyrics on Spotify
I
for
feel like
My
this is the
Eyes, but there
easiest to
is
get
for like
lyrics for.
every other
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
Yeah, this one really ramps it up as it goes on, too.
Yeah, the second half of this song really picks up and he's rapping pretty fast and he's getting some shit off his chest.
Yeah.
Because he kind of talks about the whole ASTROWORLD. Not that he talks specifically about the ASTROWORLD situation on this, but he talks about like how people like were really villainizing him when all that was happening. When it's hard to know like how much how much that really was on him personally.
Yeah.
Just because he's the one on the stage.
It with hindsight, looking at the whole Astrofest disaster that happened, like, I don't think it was as much his fault as the media and people said it was. I definitely said it was partially his fault at the time. I still kind of feel that way, but, like, it's definitely not his fault.
It's
Like,
something that's not 100% in his control anyway, and the
Yeah.
security should have been better.
People
on
made
that.
it sound like he didn't care about what was happening in the crowd, but in this song he says, if only they knew what I would do to jump off the stage and like save someone in the crowd.
yeah.
Like he's saying like that it was
You
painting
can't
him
do
the
that,
wrong
though.
way.
Just, like, with how crazy his shows get in particular, too.
Yeah.
You guys know firsthand, so,
The
like...
floor looks crazy from up top. We were in the second level and you just see how
You
much
feel the whole build.
everyone's
like the whole
just
MetLife
getting
shaking.
thrown around in the floor, like on the pit.
Like we felt vibrations
Like, it's
up there,
nuts.
like
Yeah.
jumping and
But I think that he did a great job of defending himself regarding that in this song, while also it doesn't come off as insensitive. Like he's really just letting you know his.
Yeah, it's also been, like, I think it was a year removed at that point, too, so...
Yeah.
It's enough time to let
This
the dust
album,
settle.
I think, was delayed because of all of that
I'm sure it was.
for like a
this,
full year.
this
Because
probably could have came out in 2022.
there were rumors that there was going to be a Dystopia mixtape that came out before the Utopia album, and that never even happened because I think all because of that.
Okay.
But next song is God's Country.
This one's decent.
This one's
I
interesting.
like it.
Another one that I probably had to listen to more than once before I really liked it,
Okay, I can see that.
but
Not much
very
to say on
unique.
it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Sirens.
I actually kind of like Sirens.
I like this.
It's
one.
got
This
some,
one
like-
grew on me.
Some, like, weird noises throughout it, but, like, I don't mind it.
Yeah, there's not many songs on this album that sound very normal. Like a lot of
Yeah.
the sound effects that are used in it are just crazy.
Like,
sounding.
like, the sound effects in this one kind of remind me of, like, Super Mario 64 in a weird way. I don't know why, but it kind of does.
There's a lot of very digital sounding
Yeah,
beats on this album in general. Like My Eyes at the beginning, that synth
Mhm.
as well. It's cool.
definitely.
The next song is a big one, Meltdown.
Featuring
Featuring
Drake.
Drake.
Yep. Another...
Tito Bruno.
Yep. I actually really like this song. I love the beat. I think
Yeah.
Drake has a really good flow on this song. Like
Drake's
we've
flow is
said
great
before,
on this verse.
Drake's
Yeah.
always a great feature.
I feel like
Especially
Drake's
when he's
just
on a
good,
Travis
just
Scott
weird.
album.
Yeah.
Because the last time he featured on Travis Scott album, it was Sicko Mode. So it's like 5 years removed, the Sicko Mode Part 2, basically.
Yeah.
I thought
And
Drake
it's
sucked.
it goes just as hard.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Lil Wayne carried.
Yeah, Drake wasn't that great live.
Drake
unfortunately.
changed up his flow and tempo way too much. No one even knew what
That's
party was
the
at.
difference between Travis Scott and Drake.
I didn't like that.
Travis Scott was amazing live. Like, just as good, if not better, than listening to the album. But like hearing
Oh.
Drake live, it was like
Worse.
this doesn't sound as good as it does if I just play the song on my phone. Like,
Yeah, that's the risk you take with concerts, but like usually it's not the case.
yeah.
I don't know. No one knew what party was at. Anyways, let's just
Yeah.
go to the next
Next
one.
track.
Fiend.
The big hit.
Fiend.
Everyone knows
Fiend.
this song.
Fiend.
It's
Everyone
a.
knows this
I
song.
always theorized that this was made for TikTok,
How many times has
but
he said
like
Fiend?
I do enjoy the
We've
song.
heard it how many times? 13?
Well, he did
No.
it 6 times at the concert we last went to,
It's also
And then
and I
bad.
think
7?
7 at the first one we
13.
went to. So we've seen it a total of 13 times.
That's
at 2
ridiculous,
concerts.
though.
But it's kind of like a running joke that he does that at all of his concerts on this tour.
Fiending for more.
He was feeding for more. All right.
Yeah.
Not much to say about this
But-
song. Everyone knows it.
Playboy Cardi, though, we did see him at MetLife when he did Fiend.
That's
because
pretty
He
cool.
did Fiend like 3 or 4 times without him, and then all of a sudden, one of the last times, he comes out and Playboy
I think
Cardi
it was
comes
on
out
the
of the
5th
floor.
time.
It was crazy. But yeah, this song, I didn't love it when I first heard the album,
I could see that.
but I really like it now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't care for it when I first heard it, because this is obviously, I think, the first song I heard off this album, minus the single, which we'll talk about soon. But,
Like, the chorus is one thing, obviously everybody knows, just Fiend.
yeah,
But actually, like, the verses on this song sound really good. Even the Playboy Cardi verse, you can't really understand what he's saying on a lot of it, which is normal for his music. I thought
Yeah.
he sounded really good on this song.
yeah, I enjoyed both of their sounds on this song.
Next track, though, is Del Resto, parentheses, Echoes, featuring Beyonce.
This is probably my least favorite track.
This is my, well, yeah, it's
I think
probably my least favorite track.
It's
on the
one of
album.
my least
There's
favorites.
one other one, and
It's
towards
really
the later half
boring
that I don't
and
like.
not much really goes on in it.
Yeah, it's long too. It's just long.
It's
of
way
the same
longer than it
thing.
needs to be. Like, Travis Scott's alright in it, Beyonce's whatever in it, but like, I don't know.
Not much going on.
Yeah.
This one's just boring.
We gotta watch our backs now.
But the
Yeah,
next
sorry
track,
about that.
next track is I Know.
Probably my personal favorite
Amazing
off the
stuff.
album. And
Very
another
good song.
big hit off the album.
Very catchy.
Very catchy, and the beat's really nice. Like, it's just like a piano with some, like, beats over it, and it's really good, though.
Yeah, very good.
How many times do you think he says fiend in the song Fiend?
A lot. Probably half the lyrics. are
Probably
Fiend.
50.
Yeah.
Maybe.
As many times as he performed it.
Yeah.
I'll find that out later.
Yeah, we'll put it up on screen.
Next
Yeah.
song is Utopia Twins.
Twin bitches.
This is probably my
This one's
like the
pretty
goofiest
popular.
song on
I
the
like
album, and I do like this one. I always feel like this is kind of a guilty pleasure song for me in a way.
Because 21 Savage, you mean?
I guess, but like I do like this song.
Yeah, I like 21 Savage on this song.
Yeah, I like the features.
Twin bitches.
Usually when a song has 21 Savage on it, the beat is very, what's the word? Accommodating for him.
I could see that,
And this is a
especially
beat that,
NC-17 off of ASTROWORLD. I got that vibe.
this beat is a little more like normal than the rest of the beats on this album.
This is probably the most mainstream sounding
Yeah,
song.
and I think it's because that's how 21 Savage was going to fit.
Yeah,
this
and the
song.
other
it-
feature, Rob 49's his
Rob
name.
49,
Like,
I don't know who that is.
He goes aggressive in this
I've heard
song.
of
He
him.
probably has my favorite verse on this song
Yeah,
personally,
he did good. Circus Maximus.
with The Weeknd on it.
Weekend and Sway Lee. But Circus Maximus, that's pretty good.
I think it's the best Weeknd
It's
song
good.
on this album. I've noticed he does a lot of collabs with The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Like, they've been collabing since Rodeo, and
Yep.
most of the songs I really like with him on it. So I like The Weeknd,
Pray for
obviously.
Love.
So
That was a
yeah,
good one. But yeah, I like this song. This song also did kind of have to grow on me. It felt a little slow.
I think my first listen I didn't care for it as much, so
But-
I could see that.
Yeah, I think being at the concert and hearing it actually made it a lot better too, though.
Yeah,
It was a good
I
vibe
could
there.
see that.
Parasail. I like Parasail.
I like
actually a
Parasail
lot.
too.
It's good.
This is another track that kind of grew on me. The more listens.
It's got a Dave Chappelle.
I like the Dave Chappelle part in it.
monologue at the beginning. Not even monologue. It's like a. I don't know. It feels like interpretive, like the way he's talking on the beat. Like,
Yeah.
It's very artistic. I don't know.
Very autistic.
Yeah. It was a good
I
song
like it.
though.
Yeah,
Very slower track.
yeah.
And the next one.
Next one is
Schizo.
Schizo featuring Young Thug.
I like Schizo.
This one was good.
I feel like this is another one of the bigger songs off the album.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know much to say
Nothing
about
to say
that
about
one.
it. Sounds good though. Young Thug did good on it.
Yeah, I did enjoy this one overall.
I do enjoy some Young Thug.
Lost Forever. Next track featuring West Side Gun.
I
Very
like West Side
interesting.
Gun's part more than like Travis's personally.
Yeah. He has a very unique voice.
Yeah, he has a unique kind of flow,
Yeah.
and I think it's a good song though.
Yeah. The next one is
Love.
featuring Kid Cudi.
This is another one I actually really like. This might be another personal favorite from my last listen to it.
Okay. I like this one.
I
too,
do
yeah.
I do like this one.
Next one,
Next track is
K-pop.
K-pop.
This is
I
another one of
know.
my least favorites.
Not for me.
This was the
featuring
single.
Bad Bunny and The Weeknd.
Not a big Bad Bunny person.
Yeah, me neither.
This song was basically a Bad Bunny
I
song.
feel like there's better artists of that genre.
Yeah, like I'm
He's
not
overhyped.
big into reggaeton. Like it's not stuff I
Yes.
really listen to, but like
This song was basically facilitated to Bad Bunny. It kind of stood out on the album too much to me.
yeah,
It was released as a single before the album, and it probably would do better standing as a single than being in this album.
I think so. You described it as like a sellout song kind of, and
Yeah.
I think I agree.
It didn't feel like something that you would put on your own album.
Even
like,
before Utopia came out, I never really cared for this song.
But the next song is great.
the next song, Telekinesis, featuring
Another big
SZA
hit.
and Future.
Another one of my favorites too.
Yeah, this is one
Really
of my favorites
good.
on the album. It's
I love the beat changes in it, and
Mhm.
again, it gets harder as it goes on. Like it's
very
really good.
Yeah, you can really feel the emotions in these songs. SZA does a great job singing on it.
She's just great. I don't know. She
And the
doesn't really
synth-
miss.
The synth like beat, or not even beat, just the synth they have behind her while she's singing
Yeah.
at the end, and her very clear voice.
Yeah, it's very crisp. Like it sounds really nice.
I can't really name a bad song from SZA though. Like,
I
She
don't
always
really
sounds
know
good.
much of her music
she's
either. that's
really
the
good.
thing.
She's just talented. Like stands out. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And Future's voice sounded good in
I
the
love
song too
Future's
at the
voice.
beginning,
Mhm.
like a little short verse.
Yeah.
The last track is Till Further Notice featuring James Blake and 21 Savage.
Yeah, he comes back for the last one. I like this better than Topia Twins personally,
Me
like
too.
as a song, but
Me too.
I think I'd still rather listen to Topia Twins in more of like a party setting though.
That's
Killing
true.
bitches.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I feel like Telekinesis could have totally been like an out.
I
final
feel like it
song.
could have ended there.
But the next song, Till Further Notice, also does feel like an outro. It just feels like there's two outros.
Yeah.
I like this song though a lot.
I
It had
feel
like
like-
an ominous feel to it.
Yeah, I feel like this could have been a double LP, like a 2-disc album.
Yeah.
And they could have had both of those at the end of each disc.
Right.
But that's the end of Utopia. So you guys want to get final thoughts real quick?
Great.
It's 19 tracks, and there are literally 2 songs that I don't like.
Yeah. I'd say there's only 2 tracks I actually don't like. There's a few that are just whatever, but like I'll go real quick. You guys go first, actually.
I just really like this album. I don't know. I didn't really listen to Travis Scott until ASTROWORLD came out, and then I became in love with ASTROWORLD, and I listened to all of his music from before that. And waiting from ASTROWORLD to this album, like there was a lot of hype built up on this album.
Oh yeah.
And it could have very much flopped, and I think that it meet or exceeded the expectations of the hype. Which
Yeah,
is
we were waiting a long time for this album to come out.
crazy. That I don't know how he managed to do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
you'd think that he would definitely flop with all the hype, but no. Like
Yeah. Did you give yours final thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was great.
Yeah, I'll say it's a good album. I do enjoy it. I don't know if I like it more or less than Astroworld. For me, they're like kind of neck and neck.
yeah.
So I still think Rodeo's the best album though from Travis Scott. After listening to all of his stuff, which I had not done in the previous episode, I'd say this is probably like my second or third favorite album by him. But it's a really good one, and it's definitely it meets the hype.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad I listened to all of his stuff, and especially this project. I think it's really good.
Mm.
Want to go to score?
9.5.
Whoa! Holy shit! Why is it not a 10? I guess the 2 songs.
K-pop song really does it for me. But like, it's so I don't know. I was stuck between 9 and 9.5, but it's just
Okay,
it's up there.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I might have to copy because
Whoa.
I was gonna say 9, but that doesn't even feel good enough for
Yeah.
me because I really love like 15 of the 19 songs on this album.
Okay.
There's only 2 that I don't like. Like
Mm-hmm.
this album after seeing it in concert twice,
It just
we're a
makes
little
it
biased
better.
towards
It
it.
makes it better because hearing
But
it live is just a whole different.
It's always
experience.
Definitely.
It's always
Very
gonna be a special
amplified.
album to me because I'll
Mhm.
always be able to like have the visuals with it. of
Yeah.
What we experienced there, it was cool.
Okay. I feel like I'm giving it a disservice now. I'm giving it probably the same rating as Astroworld. I'm giving it a 7.5. Like, a
Mhm.
couple songs are alright. The 2 I don't really care for. A lot of good songs, though. And again, Travis Scott's never been like one of my all-time favorites, but I really do like the sound of this album and most of his albums for that matter. And I'm excited to hear more whenever it comes out.
This definitely grew on me though. Like if you would have asked me what like shortly after it came out, I probably would have said like 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like this album.
I think on my first listen, I probably would have given it like a 6.5. But I do really enjoy this album.
So we all went up like a point. No.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick an album now. It's gonna be. We're gonna continue with the rap theme, but we're gonna go a little old school with this one. Old school.
Shocker from AJ.
Not too old school. We're gonna go with one that everyone's heard of and we've all seen live. We're gonna go Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent.
Okay.
If you're gonna pick a 50 Cent album, it's gotta be this one.
This is a great pick.
All right.